what I'm going to be talking about today is challenged by your journey. Challenged by your journey. What's been going on over the time that you've been going through this journey? What's happened that's really happened for you and not to you? Because a lot of people that I communicate with tends to feel that what's happening is actually disempowering them. They're allowing themselves to make these decisions which really are crushing them, which really are taking them back, and not allowing them really to grow and move in the direction that they need to go. So, and I'm going to hold my hand up right away, right at the start of this video, that I was one of those people. I didn't realize, and these things have to happen for a reason. These things have to actually happen for us to make us be more aware, to help us move in the direction that we wish to go. So today, very, very empowering topic all around challenged by your journey. I'm really going to go through this reflection phase, because where I'm going to be starting from today and where I really want you to be with me on this journey is right from the beginning in regards to here, in this moment right now. Where are you right now? What is going on in your life right now that is actually helping you grow? Now, you may be sat there going, it's really not helping me grow, Martin. It's really not helping me move in the direction I want to go. But I guarantee you it 100% is. I had a conversation with a friend of mine the other day and said, how do we not know that everything in it that is happening right now is 100% perfect? How do we not know that it is the best that it could ever be? We tend to put this attachment, we have this judgment towards things that are happening in our lives, whether we make the judgment between them being bad or good. We're making this level of judgment, and we're actually choosing to either empower ourselves or disempower ourselves in any given moment. And when we think of the fact that we have over 60,000 thoughts a day, it's believed between 60 and 80,000 thoughts a day, over 80% of them, it's believed, are actually negative. So what are we allowing to happen? Which thoughts are we actually actioning? Which are the ones that we're taking more awareness around? Because that's what's going to affect the way that we're choosing to live each day. So where are you right now? What is going on in your life? Can you judge your level of happiness on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being extremely happy, joy, the vibration, the energy that's so high? Where are you sitting right now? And it's really important that we get clear on this. It doesn't mean that this has to be where you are for the rest of your life. If you're feeling like you're down at a 0 or a 1 or a 3, we have to go through this journey. We only have to look at the law of polarity. There has to be a negative and a positive. There has to be a polar opposite. Same as we can't have a front without having a back. We can't have night without having day. All these different things that are happening, and we tend to just focus on, I should be happy. I should be experiencing happiness. I should be experiencing joy every single moment of my life. That isn't real. That isn't the reality, because how would you know what joy felt like? How would you know what happiness felt like if you didn't experience pain? We have to embrace all this. You know, I often talk about the pendulum. When people, especially in businesses and people who I'm working with, they're so focused on the success. But when we look at the pendulum of life, the pendulum of business, the pendulum of everything to do with anything that happens within this physical life, it has to swing one way to swing the other. So in life, we have to swing into pain, failure, misery, for it to swing into happiness, joy, abundance. And the further it swings into pain, the further it swings into a level of happiness. Now, I know exactly what it feels like for it to swing very, very high into a level of pain. I know exactly what it feels like. And I'm sure there's some of you right now watching this video who know what it's like to be swinging and maybe even stalling and thinking, when is this pendulum going to swing back? If this is you and you've experienced this at any part of your journey, comment below. Pendulum, negative. So it's got to swing into the negative to be able to swing with such ferocity into the positive. That's where it's going to go, and that's where we can really understand the beauty of what's taking place in our life. So where are you right now? What is going on? What is that scale reading to you to help you understand the happiness where you're at right now, and to understand that everything is happening 100% for you, not to you, for you. It's very hard to see that when we have our glasses on, which are only allowing us to see tunnel vision. We're not, once we look outside of them, we can't see anything. We actually start to lose our power of our sight. This is where a lot of people tend to be. This is where a lot of people tend to choose to live their life from. It's just very much tunnel vision. I'm not saying don't be focused and have a clear vision. What I'm saying is be aware of all the things that are happening that are actually great and empowering around you. Because when we get tunnel vision, we're only focused on this being the result. We might miss out on all the great things that are actually affecting us from a positive angle, as in empowering us to move on. There might be money coming in, it might be other relationships that are happening, it might be something that you've been craving for that you don't even see, you don't even feel, because you're so tunnel focused. So how do you feel each day? What is going on in your life that is actually helping you feel better each day? What are you doing each day to help you feel a difference? Because every single day we're emotional beings, we are feeling something happening, whether that be with the choices that we make, because every choice obviously has a consequence, whether it be with family members, whether it be with the foods that we eat, whether it be with the exercise that we perform. I know how, for me personally, I haven't this year focused on my own physical health. I haven't focused on my nutritional intake. So it's negatively affected the way that my physical body looks. And I'm accepting that, because now I understand that when I look at myself in the mirror, I actually feel a level of I don't know if disgrace is the right word, but a level of discomfort, because I haven't put the time and energy. And one of my top values is health. So I've not been focused, because this time this year, even though one of my top values is health, when I put it in like the top 10, it's certainly not in the top 5 like it has been in the past. I can remember when it was number 1, but it's probably dropped around about 7 or 8, because other things have been more important. So what we've got to do if we want to experience a better life and actually embrace everything that's going on is be able to accept that our values are constantly changing based on our desires and our goals. And that's what's going to help us get the results that we want. So for myself, now that I'm back and actually going and exercising again, getting up early and reading a book, spending a bit more time nurturing myself, what do you think's happening? I'm feeling better, but I'm so much more grateful, and I'm able to connect more, because when I was over here not doing it, now I'm actually doing it, and I'm connecting more, and I'm getting that feeling that I'm really enjoying it. And now I remember what it feels like to be eating better, to be going to do exercise, to be doing the things that I enjoy. So how are you feeling each day, and what are you doing to help you feel better each day is very, very important along this journey. You know, what is driving you on a daily basis? This is your vehicle, and you're the one who's in charge of this vehicle. So what is driving you every single day? Are you being driven? Are you letting somebody else step into your vehicle and drive you to where they want to go and not where you want to go? That's why it's so important to focus where you are right now, right in the beginning, right in the early stages of this. Because many people are allowing other people to take ownership of their vehicle and steer them away from where they want to go. And all of a sudden, we end up getting to a destination where we don't want to be, and we think, how the hell did it get here? I mean, comment below if you've ever driven a car and you've just thought to yourself, how did I even arrive here? I don't even remember being on this journey. I don't even remember the trip. I don't remember the roads that I've just turned down, the cars I've passed, the pedestrians I've passed. So it's really important that we do become aware of what we're doing on a daily basis and ask ourselves throughout the day, is this helping me get to where I need to get to, and where I want to get to, and where I desire to get to, in all fairness, where I'm worthy of getting to? Because many people end up somewhere where they don't want to be, and I don't want that to be you. And if that's you, where you feel you are right now, whilst we're reflecting on where are you right now, what a great way to be able to be aware of this right now in this moment. What a great moment for you right now, because now you have the power to change your direction. You have the power to change the set of your sail and allow yourself to go in the direction that you want to go. And don't let this just be something that comes in one ear and goes out the other. Let it actually come in and empower you to move in the direction you want to go. Only you can make the difference in your life. Only you can change the set of your sail. Nobody else. So please make sure you're aware of that, and you get clear on where you are right now, what you're wanting to achieve, the direction you're wanting to go. You know, what do you want to be seen for? What do you want to experience for yourself? What do you even see for yourself? Many people don't see anything. They've never gone through a form of visualization. They've never gone through goal setting. They've never gone through somewhere where they're allowed to dream, because most times through society, through conditioning that we've allowed to happen from our parents, from society as a whole, we've been told not to dream. Oh, just a daydreamer. You dreaming, it's never going to happen. Stop dreaming. Get real. Get into reality. What happens? We take away, we literally strip people's hopes and dreams and people's desires because we chose not to actually follow our own. And this has been passed down through generations and generations and generations. And then all of a sudden, there's somebody in that family who's going through exactly the same as the next family and the next family and the next family. And they go, no, I'm not happy with this. And they draw a line in the sand and they say, enough's enough. I am not going to allow this to continue. So is this you? What do you see for yourself? Do you have a vision? My dog's come over because she really wants to go out. It's too hot outside. Do you have a vision? Do you have a vision for your life? Do you have a vision for what you want to achieve? Because if you don't, it's time to get a vision, because a vision is so important to help you understand where you want to go. We're extremely good at visualizing arriving to our destination, where we're probably going to sit down or work for, standing up and doing whatever we're doing for the next 8, 10, 12 hours. We're very good at visualizing getting ourselves to the job. But what about our own goals and dreams? What about our own desires? What about what we are worthy of achieving and experiencing? Many of us choose to diminish that and say, no, I have to focus on work for now. So what is it that you're doing and that you see for yourself as you move forward? What is the vision? Where is it going to take you? What is it that you're going to achieve? Because that is so important. So important to be aware of. Please understand that. We've got to get clear on our vision. We've got to get clear on our goals. One of the hardest things you will ever do is goal setting. If you've never done it before, let me know, comment below if you've ever done goal setting. Write goal setting if you've ever done it. Because goal setting is extremely hard to do, but it's one of the most empowering things. When you get clear on the direction you want to go, what your goals are for big goals, small goals, medium goals, long-term goals, and so on, you're able to start working towards them. And I never used to have goals. I never actually used to focus on like having a goal in sight to actually tick that box. I just went. I was like an Energizer bunny. It was just going constantly. And once I realized the power of actually having goals and understanding when I achieved them, I was able to look and go, hang on a minute, look at what I'm achieving on a daily basis. I know, darling, I'll walk in a bit. It's okay. And this is the thing of being clear on your goals and why you want to take action around them. And please understand what I just said then, why you want to take action around them, because the why is so important. Many people, many people don't choose to tap into the why. The why is what's going to drive you every day. Understanding why you do what you do. For instance, if you have a job and you go to work, you drive into work, or you get public transport, whatever you do, and you give 8, 10, 12 hours of your own time, your own knowledge, your own experience to somebody else to help him build their business, then there's the why is that you do that because you're going to get an exchange of energy, which is monetary, and that's going to help pay your bills, keep a roof over your head, put food on the table, put clothes on your back, as well as for your family. So that's the why that's driving it, because I guarantee for most people in society, they don't want to be doing that job. They don't want to go there on a Monday morning. They don't want to go on there on a Friday afternoon or a Friday day. They want to be free. They want to be doing their own thing. But we've become so dependent in society instead of the way that we used to be, which was independent, taking back our own power. So have a good think about what you see for yourself, what your vision is, what your goals are, whether it be that you're going to go out there and get a part-time side business, whether it is you're going to set up a new business, whether it is you're going to change jobs, whether it is you're going to get into a new relationship, whether it is you're going to actually lose some weight or you're going to build some muscle, or whatever it is in your life, get clear on your goals. Because when we start focusing on challenged by our journey, everything that's happening right now is happening to give you a nudge in the direction that you are destined to go. Not to get to the end of your life and then reflect back and go, why did I choose to just live the same day over and over again? Why did I choose to just do that when I was challenged, when I was constantly being poked, when I could feel myself getting uncomfortable? Why did I never actually take on that journey to go and experience a different life? There's so many people, the amount of people that I've actually listened to have gone and asked seniors, old age pensioners, about what are the biggest regrets, and they say not doing what I felt like I needed to do, not taking a risk, not making those choices. I know that I could have easily, for me personally, stayed in the UK and stayed comfortable. But something called me to leave, and nobody, none of my family, my friends, believed I would have left the UK to come to somewhere where I had no idea of what was going on. I had one friend and his wife and children, one friend who I'd known since I was a young boy growing up playing football, real football, world football. But that was all that I knew. I didn't have a job, I didn't have any friends here or anything. But I made that decision because I knew that I couldn't continue to live, and this is no disrespect, I couldn't continue to live the life that I was living in the UK. I needed more for me, not for anybody else, for me. And the difference it's made has been phenomenal. The person I am today is far better than I ever was. Because of the growth, because of the challenges, because I was prepared to go through that pain. And this is exactly what's going on in your life right now. It doesn't have to, there's no level of judgment here. Everything's equal. Everything's 100% equal. It's only the attachment we put onto it, whether we put a figure on it, as in it's causing a lot of pain or it's not. So it's really important that we do be clear with that everything is really taking us in the direction we want to go. What is holding you back though? Because when we're actually focusing on our vision, and I know that I went through this when I was working away in the mines, I knew that even though I loved my role, I knew that there was something that I needed more of. I knew that I wasn't going to be working in the mining industry at 50, 60 years of age because it just wasn't what I wanted to be doing. So I had to create, not only get a vision of where I wanted to be, what I wanted to be doing, and things have happened along my journey that have shifted the vision, and the vision's become more clear in certain areas. But all the way along, my vision was to actually be able to work from home. That was my vision. That was my goal. And I've done it for the past 5 years, I think it is now. So it isn't to blow up my own trumpet, but I created that vision and I took the action to make sure that that vision became a reality. And the vision always shifts. If you speak to Richard Branson, in particular, he will tell you that he doesn't just have one goal and then finish it and then that's it. He sits on a beach Hawaii for the rest of his life. He's the kind of person that's constantly striving, constantly looking to evolve, to make a difference in the world. That's exactly the same as we have. And the only reason that we actually choose to put ourselves down is because we look at people like Richard Branson and go, well, it's all right for them. They've got all the time. They've got all the money. They've got the same 24 hours in a day that we have. They started with pretty much next to nothing, like we all started. They came into the world like we did. So what are we going to do about it? Are we going to keep making excuses, or are we going to actually set our vision, set our sail, and take action that we need to? So what is holding you back? What is holding you back from going towards your vision? It could be education. It could be something like you feel that you need to go and get further educated. It could be money. It could be that you want to invest in something. It might be into some form of business, franchise, whatever it could be, and you haven't got the funds yet. Figure out how you can get the funds. Most people have hundreds to thousands of dollars sat around the house that they don't need. You could literally go through and figure out what you don't need and actually start getting rid of it. And I guarantee you can actually find a lot of money in that time to actually help you. But most people don't think of it life like that. They just think about, oh, well, I'll have to wait for money to come in. There's people out there that want the stuff that you're not using. And I guarantee there is a lot of things in your home in particular that you aren't using. So tap into that, figure out how you can sell it. There's all these platforms today, eBay, Gumtree, that you can jump on and get it out there and get it sold. And in most cases, there's actually some really good stuff that you've probably got in your home that people are buying Chinese crap, and that's no offense to my Chinese friends, but Chinese crap that's not worth anything like what you're selling. So they can get more value and you're not using it anymore. Get it out there and get it sold, because it's important that you get in what you need to help you move forward. So don't let the financial side hold you back. And there's always ways you can figure out. Give yourself a plan. What can you actually cut back on? A lot of people overspend when they go shopping and get the food shopping in. You know, I used to have 7 meals a day because my education told me that I needed to have 7 meals a day. 5 of them animal protein. I needed to be having protein shakes. I needed to be having all this stuff. I'm down to like 1.5 max solid meals a day. I mainly drink water throughout the day. I save a lot of money on my food intake. I have incredible energy. I feel fantastic. I feel actually better than I ever have. And I don't eat all this food anymore. I save a fortune just on food alone. And I feel better for it. Like, I'm not saying I feel as in logical thought. I feel better Very important that you become aware of this. So also when you're actually thinking about what's holding you back, for a lot of people, it's belief. They don't believe in themselves. And a lot of people that I speak to get so confused because I have more belief in them than they do themselves. And even the people who they've been around since they were born, their family members don't believe in them. Their friends don't believe in them. Yet somebody like myself walks along and shows belief in somebody which they're unsure about what the hell's going on here. Since when as a society did we find it to be empowering to not believe in somebody and not give our love and energy and support to somebody to go and achieve their goals and dreams? Since when did we make that rule up or that conditioning up to choose to go and disempower people? So ask yourself this question. Are you the kind of person who's choosing to disempower other family members, other friends, and the people that you meet? Because if you are, it's important to become aware of that and make the changes that you need to. Because that's what's going to create the shift in your own life and also within society. Like Gandhi said, be the change. If you want to see the change, be the change. Don't go and tell everybody else what they should or shouldn't be doing. Do it yourself. Because that's then when people start to follow you. What does a leader do? A dictator and a manager, those people who are in a management role, those people who work a job where they have a manager or a boss, they are dictators. What does a dictator do? Go and do that. You should do this. And they basically push. A leader gets to the front and takes control by running forward. And what do the rest of the people do? They feel empowered and inspired and they follow. They follow. And that's the difference. So what are you doing on a daily basis that is actually leading by example? What are you doing for your children? I was listening to an audio today and the guy was saying that this mother, she had 6 children or 7 children, and she told them all that they were absolutely beautiful. She loved them so much. But when she looked at herself in the mirror, she said she was ugly. She didn't love herself. And that energy and that level of communication was actually being felt by the family members, those 6 or 7 children, and they all had their own insecurities because they saw the way that the mother treated herself. So we lead by example. We have to start focusing on us. We have to get our inner belief. It doesn't matter what other people say. It doesn't matter about other people's opinions. Everybody's got an opinion, and in most cases it's negative. In most cases, it's negative. So just focus on yourself. Get around those people who are going to empower you, who are going to give belief to you to help you believe in yourself. That's what I had to do. When I didn't love myself, when I didn't see any value, when I didn't see the point in being here anymore, I had to find people that saw the value in me. I had to be seeing and listening to information that was actually adding value into my life, that was raising my vibration, that was helping me get an understanding of why everything was going on, why it was happening for me, but also why I was of so much value to the world. And if I had chosen to do what I intended to do back in 2014, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't have made the impact like I have, the positive impact into thousands of lives across the world. And I don't say that to impress you at all. I'm saying it because it actually empowers me, hearing what I'm saying right now, to understand that at one point in my life I decided that I didn't want to be here anymore. I wanted to take my own life. Yet if I had done that, would these other people have experienced the benefits that they've experienced today? We could argue no. So it's been a blessing, and this is exactly the kind of level that you have the potential to rise to. You know, some of you are already listening to this right now are already making a positive impact in people's lives. There's some of you that are potentially making a negative impact in people's lives. But remember, it's only the judgment we have on it, because when we are actually being negative to other people, when we are disempowering them based on our own level of judgment, those people in that given moment can be looking at that and going, thank you for the lesson. You are the greatest teacher I've ever had in my life, because now I understand how I don't want to behave to other people. And I have said this to so many people, not to the face, because you don't want to go down that road. But I have actually sent that love to people and thanked them for helping me understand how I don't want to be. Because remember, in any given moment, you're a teacher or a student. And it's your choice whether you choose to accept the lesson or you're going to keep reliving the lesson. And that's why so many people experience Groundhog Day every single day and attract the same kind of friends, same kind of relationships, whether they be just friendships or intimate. Why they keep attracting the same kind of partner? Because they don't learn the lessons. Why do I always get a bad boy? Why do I always get somebody that beats me up? Why do I always get people that abuse me? Why do I always get females that take all my money? Why does all this happen? Because you don't learn your lesson, because you're always hunting for the same kind of person. So you need to change. You need to be growing and evolving, and then you'll attract somebody who you actually want to be with, who's going to add value into your life. Whether that be in an intimate relationship or actually just relationships in general. I've been amazed at how much has been shifting in my own life since I chose to shift my thought pattern, my action patterns. Just in the last few months, I've been amazed at how much has shifted, which then gives me the confidence and can give you the confidence when you start actioning these things to start doing more things that are going to take you in the direction that you want to go. Thinking about it, actioning it, moving forward constantly. Because you do deserve more. And I have to ask you, do you desire more than what you're experiencing right now? Because if you don't desire more than what you're experiencing right now, nothing's going to change. So there has to be a level of desire. There has to be an urgency. We all know that when the football players get on the pitch, their focus is to get that ball in that goal at the other end of the pitch. That's the desire. The desire is to score as many goals as they can so that the opposition can't keep up with them scoring goals. That's the desire. The goalkeeper's desire is to keep the ball out of the net. The defenders are trying to keep their attackers and the other midfielders and defenders away from getting near the goal. The midfielders' focus is trying to defend, but also trying to attack and push forward. The attackers are focused on scoring the goals. There's constant desires in everything we're doing in every given moment. But remember, their goal, no pun intended, but their goal is to win the game. So what is your goal? Because that is what's going to create the desire to help you move forward. Super, super important. And when you start thinking about the desire, what is it that you want to experience more of in life? What are the things that you enjoy? I love going into nature. I love going to the beach and going into the woods and so on. And I mean, a few weeks ago, I did a walk down in Serpentine Falls, and I didn't really judge it very well because it was 40 degrees and it was absolutely roasting. And I did I think it was a 4 or 5 hour walk. But then afterwards, I went swimming in the big pool, in the natural pool, and it was just an incredible experience. And I've done it multiple times, but I don't do it very often. And I'm like, well, why don't I do it very often? I just should go there and do it because I can do it whenever I want to, but I don't choose to. So what is it that we want to experience more of? What is it that lights us up, excites us, and helps us feel like we truly are alive? Ask yourself, what do you want to experience more of? How do you want to make a difference? A lot of people who have the potential to make a difference don't choose to. And in all fairness, we all have the potential to make a difference in somebody else's life. We all have the potential to do that. It could be somebody who's homeless and just go over and have a conversation with them or give them some food. You don't have to always give money. You can give them something. But having a conversation, giving your time, the most valuable thing that we own is our time. You know, a pair of ears to a friend, a family member, noticing somebody who seems a bit off. Are you okay? Like genuinely, I'm not just saying it being flippant. Are you okay? Is everything fine? I want you to know this is a safe space for us to have a conversation with no judgment. Like, these are the things where we can make a difference and an impact in people's lives, exactly like the power of this technology right now, where I'm able to share this message. Rather than just talking to a wall at home, I'm able to get this out into the world. And there's going to be somebody out there that gets a level of value. I mean, comment value if you're experiencing value from this call right now. I don't say that to blow up my own trumpet. I actually say it because this is an energy exchange. Me choosing to come on this and share this message right now and you be here right now is an energy exchange. And you feeling this and interacting, it's a sign of love. It's a sign of affection. It's a sign of caring for others, giving back to the world, giving to the universe. Remember, most people are going out there, I want, gimme, take. And the universe is like, what are you going to give to me? Gimme. I want to take. So what is the exchange that's taking place? How are you making it a fair exchange? Don't always take, because you're never going to achieve what you want to achieve. There has to be an energy exchange all the time. What is the financial security that you want around you? I'm not talking about millions of dollars. I'm talking about financial security. That is going to be what's going to pay the bills. Have you sat down and figured out what is the life that you want to live? What are your desires? What is your vision? And then figure out what financial fortress you need to build around you to help you achieve that and experience that on a daily basis. It could be an extra couple of $100 a month. It could be a few $1,000s a month. It's whatever it is for you. And many people get, when they talk about finances, they have a massive barrier up. I've been speaking about the fact that I've just read a book called Train Your Brain to Get Rich. And it's really shifted a lot of things that have been going on in my own life. And I didn't realize, and it's a deep book because it's done by a neurologist and an economy strategist and so on. So it's a bit more than what I would normally read, and I'm not a big reader anyway. I'm actually growing and developing with my reading, but I'm thoroughly enjoying it now, and I find it very relaxing. But it was a very in-depth read, so I had to concentrate a lot for me because that isn't my energy. That isn't the way I think. I'm more on intuition. I'm more about internal and an internal knowing and going within. So this stuff was very analytical, and it was a challenge for me, but I had to be challenged to shift through this. And since I went through and read that book, the amount of things that are shifting and money coming in and things that are happening that are really, really powerful, that are helping me move forward on my journey and helping me create the things that I want. One of the biggest things that I've done this year is focus on reinvesting into my businesses, into my vision. So I haven't gone blowing it all on materialistic things like I used to do in the past. It's all been reinvesting back in the growth, back in the actual ability for me to go and make a positive difference in the world. What is the legacy I'm going to leave behind? I was only just thinking about this today around, I remember when I dated a girl over here who I was actually engaged to, and her mum and dad have got quite a bit of money. And it's funny how I had no attachment to that. I never looked at it that way. But other people who happened to come over and would see the house and so on and the way that they lived would be like, wow, you've made it here. And it's funny how they viewed it. But what was more important was the fact that it was viewed from my partner at the time was like the attitude was, what have I got to worry about? I'm going to inherit what my mum and dad leave me. So isn't it important that if that's the way we view things right now in this society, don't you think it's important to create that level of financial security around you and your family that is going to help you in this lifetime right now, but also the generations after and so on? When you pass, what is going to be left behind to make that security for them really in helping them experience a better life? And what are you going to put in place to protect what you've created, to help it keep evolving and growing? I'd encourage you to really have a look at that and tie that into your vision, because that's something that I certainly have looked strongly into over the last 4.5 to 5 years, and know that what I've created in this time right now, because most people, let's face it, when you work a job and you finish the job, bang, that's it, gone. We can't rely on a state pension anymore. We've got to be realistic about this. For my generation, there's no way going to be a pension. So we've got to be focusing on what are we doing that's going to help keep bringing the money in. And even when we pass, what is willable? Like, what is willable? An ongoing income, residual income, leverage. Most people don't even think about this because we've been so conditioned in society to actually grow up and work a job, and then all of a sudden when that finishes, it's all over, and you go, okay, well now sons, daughters, it's your turn to go through that same cycle. No, that cycle has to be broken. Somebody has to break it. And if you're watching this right now, you're that person who has the ability to break that cycle. I encourage you to have a strong think about it and find what it is that you want to do. Align with those people who are going to be able to help and support you. Reach out to me if you want to know what I'm doing that I figured out, because it may be for you, it may not be for you, but there's always going to be somebody that I'm connected with in particular who I could certainly say this, by the sounds of it, is the direction you need to go, because you're going to really align with these people. You're going to be able to get exactly what you want. There isn't one thing for everybody. There's something that's going to align with you. There is something out there that's going to align with you. It's just a case of finding it. So what are you going to do? What is it right now, as we're getting to the end of this now, what is it that you're going to do? Because we've gone through everything about what's been happening throughout. We've gone through things that no doubt have triggered you. Comment triggered below if you've been triggered throughout any of this. Comment triggered below, because it's important we let that out. It's important we let that out to help us grow, to help us become more, to help us make a difference in our own life. and the lives of other people around the world. It's very, very important. So what are you going to do right now? What action are you going to take? Are you going to go and get that education? Are you going to go and sell those things that you've got around the house that you don't need? What action are you going to take to help you experience a better life? To help you understand that everything that's happening right now and everything that happened in the past to get right now has happened for you to help you go in the direction that you want to go, to help you experience the life that you deserve to experience, to go and achieve those goals and those desires, to achieve those levels of success that you desire. Remember, success is only measured on the person that you came here to be, not on your materialistic things, not on the difference that you actually are making in regards to buying things and giving people money. What it's about is the success is measured on your own ability, based on what you came here to do. So don't waste your opportunity. A 400 trillion to 1 chance of being here. Make it happen. Make that difference in your own life right now whilst you're experiencing this physical life, and also in the lives of those people that you love and care about, that you're graced and blessed to meet every single day, because you deserve the success that you desire. You deserve to make the difference in the world, and you truly do need to realize this one last thing, not two, one last thing before I go. This right now is your time. Thank you so much for watching. I am so grateful for your time. As always, peace, love, and happiness, and bye for now.